The Industrial Revolution, a transformative era. Hello everyone, welcome back to the second video in our series, Revolutions. Today, we're diving into the transformative world of the Industrial Revolution. What sparked it? How did it happen? And most importantly, how does it still shape our lives today? If you're ready to uncover the political, economic, and societal impacts of the Industrial Revolution, let's jump right in. The Industrial Revolution was a period of great change and innovation, fundamentally altering the way goods were produced and societies were structured. It began in England in the late 18th century and quickly spread across the world, driven by the need for more efficient production methods and the availability of new resources and technologies. While the revolution brought about significant economic growth and technological progress, it also had its downsides. The rapid industrialization led to urbanization, overcrowded cities, and harsh working conditions for many laborers. Despite these challenges, the Industrial Revolution laid the groundwork for modern economies and transformed international relations. The Industrial Revolution was a pivotal period that changed the way we produce goods, shifting from hand production to machines. This transformation was fueled by economic demands, abundant resources, and scientific breakthroughs. It began in England and rapidly spread across the globe, leaving both positive and negative impacts. The story of the Industrial Revolution begins in the late 18th century in England. It wasn't just a single invention or event, but a complete transformation of how things were produced. Think of it as replacing muscle power with machine power, fueled by coal. The revolution lies in how production tools and methods evolved dramatically. So, why England? Why not France, China, or another country? The answer lies in three critical factors. Expensive labor. In England, wages were higher than in most other regions, making it essential to reduce costs by automating tasks. Abundant capital. Wealthy investors had the resources to fund research and development. Plentiful coal. England had an abundance of cheap coal, the lifeblood of early industrial machines. While science wasn't the sole driver of the revolution, it laid the groundwork. The invention of the steam engine by Newcomen, based on atmospheric pressure principles, revolutionized industries. Initially used to pump water out of mines, it later powered machines that made mass production possible. This combination of economic need and scientific ingenuity was the perfect storm for industrialization. From steam engines to spinning jennies, each invention sparked another. The mechanized loom made textiles cheaper and faster to produce, while innovations like coke smelting allowed for stronger iron and eventually steel. These materials built railroads, bridges, and ships, connecting industries and markets globally. The Industrial Revolution didn't stay in England. As machines became cheaper and more efficient, countries like France and later Germany, the US, and Japan jumped on the industrial bandwagon. This created the catch-up effect, where late adopters gained access to cutting-edge technologies without the initial R&D costs. But it wasn't all steam and glory. Industrialization brought overcrowded cities, exploitation of workers, and environmental degradation. While living standards eventually improved, the initial decades were grueling for the working class. These tensions even inspired thinkers like Karl Marx, who criticized the inequalities of industrial capitalism. The Industrial Revolution didn't just change how things were made, it reshaped the world order. Let's break down some of its most far-reaching consequences. Cheaper goods and mass production. With machines working faster and more efficiently, products became significantly cheaper, making them accessible to more people. This increased demand, setting off a cycle of production and consumption. New markets. As domestic markets became saturated, industrial nations sought new buyers. This drove a wave of global trade, where industrialized countries exported goods to non-industrialized regions, expanding their economic influence. Raw material. Needs. Mass production required vast amounts of raw materials. Cotton, coal, iron, and rubber were sourced from across the globe, often exploiting colonies to meet these demands. Colonial expansion. To secure resources and markets, European powers intensified colonization. Regions like India, Africa, and Southeast Asia were transformed into suppliers of raw materials and consumers of industrial goods. Unfortunately, this also came at a severe human and cultural cost. For instance, local industries like Indian textiles were deliberately dismantled to make room for British imports. Overproduction and global competition. By the late 19th century, industrial nations faced a new challenge: overproduction. Factories were churning out more goods than markets could absorb. This imbalance led to economic crises, such as the one described by Karl Marx as overproduction and underconsumption. The scramble for colonies, driven by industrial needs, created intense rivalries among European powers. By the early 20th century, competition over resources and markets had militarized nations, leading to alliances and eventually the outbreak of World War I in 1914. As we can see, the Industrial Revolution wasn't just about inventions and machines. It reshaped economies, societies, and international relations, setting the stage for the modern world. The ripple effects, from cheaper goods to global conflicts, are still felt today. That wraps up our dive into the Industrial Revolution. What do you think? Did we miss something crucial? Let us know in the comments. Don't hold back. I'm expecting some lively discussions. And stay tuned, because in our next video, we're heading to France to uncover the secrets of the French Revolution. See you then. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, and comment